I'll put our branding up here in a second here. Hey, everybody. It is Bitcoin Steven and the BTC Guru. How you doing today?
Doing awesome. Another beautiful Monday.
It is, isn't it? We
Had
got
a
a lot
great
of
weekend. Hung out with the family all weekend.
yeah. You were strolling around the parks at Disneyland this weekend, huh?
Yeah. Give them a little of my time.
There you go. I wonder how
It
many
was fun.
steps you put in, huh?
Yeah, they were. They've been closed for a year, so people were fired up.
Yeah.
And
Did you guys do the fast pass at all, or?
Well, they have. It's all new. It's all done on the app, and it's these virtual queues that you can join, and it's they got a pretty cool technology there.
Really?
Okay. You remember back in the day, you'd get Disney dollars.
Oh yeah.
But as a kid, I loved them. My parents would give them, and I could go buy stuff myself, and that's like perfect. I don't know why they haven't done their own cryptocurrency yet.
Because, yeah, really. I mean, you said Disney dollars. Why don't we? I mean, Disney coin. That'd be a pretty big thing to hit right there. I
don't know why
they
haven't done it yet. It's perfect for it. And
think about all the NFTs that they would have they could.
Oh, geez, man, they could basically everything they've done since they started. They could resell it, which they're really good at that. They'll put out an animated movie, and then take it down for 2-3 years and build that demand back up, and then they re-put it out again with, hey, we added a new song or we remastered it or nothing. They just re-put it out like Sleeping Beauty. They do that every few years. They pull it off the market where you can't get it, and then they put it back out and resell it. And especially when there's a platform change, like when we went from VHS to laser discs and then online and streaming, blah blah blah, all that stuff.
Right.
So they should make they could make another few $1 billion. They could probably triple what they're worth now if they dove into the crypto and digital, that part of it head first, because it's amazing.
I mean, they have so many different things now. When it comes to, obviously, they couldn't do an NFT like for movies or things because there was rights and things that they have to those things, but just so many.
You know how you could go buy the original cell drawings, right?
Yeah, right.
So all that stuff.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, those picture hanging. Coming out, things like that, right? It's like just the stuff that they already have. You could just turn into so much money, limited edition stuff, or
And then they got this new ride, the Spider-Man ride, that it's a virtual interaction ride that you have to use your hands to be able to, throw the web and capture things and blow things up. If they tied that with a crypto digital Disney coin, where you're earning coin while you're doing that you could later use for this and that, and it would that stuff would explode.
That would, I mean, it would so much explode, and especially, I mean, they could do. Just think about what they could do. Is they give you a 10 or 15% discount if you bought your entry ticket in Disney coin.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So Disney, if you want some consulting, call Steve and I. We will revolutionize your business.
Yeah, literally overnight. It's pretty scary.
Hey, there's something
the more we talk about it, it's like most people just haven't figured out how to really blend these two things.
Right.
And I think that's where, you look at the big things that are happening in, digital currency, right? You've got altcoins over here. You've got your Bitcoin or your primary thing, and you've got smart contracts, and you've got like NFTs, right? And I think that the real thing is it's not one or the other; it's a combination of everything together.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how you really build and create that community. Is you have to have all of those pieces in place and tied kind of together. And
what you and I are finding out going through this case study that we're doing. We're finding out you could take a tired old business that's been around for hundreds of years and completely just repackage the whole thing and revitalize it and just you could take it to the next level. It's that's what I'm finding through this process these old businesses, you could repackage this old stuff and bring it into the digital world, bring it into the crypto world, and the sky's the limit on what you can do. It's just amazing.
And the sky is the limit. It's just, I find myself sometimes just sitting here, thinking, for a couple of hours, and the next thing you know, I'm bouncing around off the walls, going, "Oh my God, I think we got something else here. I think we got something else here."
Yeah.
I'll call you up and go, "Hey, Doug, I think we just got it. It's like gonna be like 10 times better." It's like, how could that possibly be? And then we get done with the call, and you're like, "You're right. I think it is."
There's something we talked about last week, and we kind of just skimmed over it. But the more I've been reading about this, it's a pretty serious event in the Bitcoin crypto world. When China pulled their miners, they basically China shut down all their miners, and they were close to 50%, if not more, of the mining pool.
Right.
So imagine if you took over half the computers of the internet or any business in the world and just took them offline.
Right.
What the heck would happen to your business? It would crumble, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was completely go down and be non-existent. Anytime you call somebody and said, "Oh, we can't help you right now. Our computers are down," that means they're not generating money. And so that happened in the Bitcoin and blockchain world. And you know what happened? The blockchain did exactly what it was programmed to had. It lowered the difficulty. The new miners quickly took up the extra space, and there was not a glitch. There wasn't a hiccup. There was nothing, and that could have been in any other industry a catastrophic event, pulling half your resources, half your computing power, half of the way you do business just gone in days.
Right.
And the blockchain said no problem. It just within a couple of days it was stabilized and bam. I mean, that's nothing slowed down. You didn't hear transactions going longer. You didn't hear people complaining, "Hey, it took me 2 days to transfer this or that." It was still within minutes and seconds, and amazing, amazing. And people just kind of skimmed over that like it was. That's a huge deal when you look at it. Huge.
Oh yeah, it is. And I read an interesting article over the weekend, talking about, a lot of these fluctuations with Bitcoin, why is it going up and down so much? And, what their take on it was, there's a lot of whales out there. They consider a whale to be somebody that has more than 100 Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they said, the whales, when they see a price that, is a good price to sell, they're selling a bunch of their Bitcoin because they're going to watch it go back down, and then they go back and buy more.
Yeah, they're playing the rolling.
They're the ones that are really, this guy's take was that these guys are really the ones who are kind of hammering the market because they have the ability to,
Right.
if they go out and, dump 20 Bitcoins into the market right away, but then they're buying it right back, because then you get the big drop. People fear it drops a little bit more. Now they get to go buy a little bit more with it. Then they hold on, goes back up, sell again, wash, rinse, and repeat.
Right.
And, there are enough whales out there that, it seems that might be a lot of truth in that article.
Yeah, it could be.
We don't know for sure. We just never know, really,
yeah.
Right?
I do know that the supply is getting very limited, and that's eventually got to cause a massive price adjustment.
Yeah,
up, in my opinion.
Right.
And
right.
Hang on, because it's not going to jump up like $2,000-$3,000. It's going to jump up $20,000-$30,000 in the jump. People's heads are going to be. They're going to what? It's going to be blown away. They're going to be. I wish I would have bought it at 33 because it's at 75 right now.
Right.
It happened. Go look at the charts of last year. It happens every year about this time of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Even in 2016, which was or 2018, excuse me, after, in 2017, right at the end of the year, it popped up to like 19,000 for like 2 minutes. And then it came down to around 14, 15, stayed there through January. And then it kind of slowly went to summer. It was down at 7. And then it stayed around 7 to 10. It was going, or 7 to 9. Right. 2018 was like probably the flattest year ever, and you're still making money. And even right now at 30, last year this time, it was around $6,000 or $7,000, and it's at 33. I mean, that's still an incredible gain. It's amazing.
Absolutely. Hey, when you were talking about things not going out, like on the blockchain, I want to help clarify some things because a lot of people. I was reading again over the weekend. What happened? Like I think it was May 17th or May 19th with Binance. And Binance's system basically shut down for a while as the market was falling, and a lot of people lost like everything they had margins come in and, calls, and they just literally lost a whole bunch of stuff with that. And because Binance isn't regulated, they're having a real hard time dealing with it. But the point of clarification, that was a Binance issue and not a blockchain issue, correct?
Correct. Yeah. Binance has the candidates kicked them out because they didn't file some stuff properly. They're a fairly new company, and they're going to do some stuff right, some stuff wrong, and they'll have to suffer through it. The head guy, he's pretty smart. I mean, I don't know him personally. I just know him through what I read about him, but I do know he sold everything he got, everything, his car, his house, everything, put it all in the Bitcoin when he started Binance, and he has not sold a Bitcoin yet. So, obviously we're taking him at his word for that. It kind of can't prove which wallet's his, but
right.
He's all in. And are they going to make some hiccups? Yeah, they are, because they're just a startup company like a lot of the other ones out there.
So those are just some of the things that people need to pay awareness of some of those things. Like when you're dealing with leverage, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people are kind of jumping into that thing where you can go get a lot of different leverage, and if you go out and do that, then you get caught on the wrong end of something like that, and things go out. That's where you could be in a real problem. So
know your risk. When you leverage, you have potential of losing that leverage plus more. If you're okay with that, go leverage.
Right, but also, you have because there could be instances like this where you just can't. You need to sell, you want to sell, you're trying to get out, but just couldn't for whatever reason.
It's like I hardly ever store. This is a good tip for everybody out there too. If you can, don't store your coin in a exchange wallet. Just use the exchanges for what they're good for. Moving from one crypto to another, and then pull it back out to your private wallet. Right. Then you got 100% control over it. Nobody's going to mess with it. It's going to be only you. And with stuff with Binance blowing up or this blowing up or that blowing up, it's not going to affect you at all. You can just move it wherever you want to move it to.
But you can't do that if you're leveraged with them, right?
Well, yeah, obviously, if we're going to do that kind of stuff, yes, you have to.
If
you're leveraged, you got to have the asset in there.
That's one of the things that people have to watch out. If you're going to do that leveraged kind of a thing, you really are stuck with a place that you decide to do that with. And if something bad happens in there to you, that's the challenge. It's not a regulated thing like in being in the United States. Okay. And because if there was an outage of things like that and you were not able to do your things, the government in the United States would get you your money back, tell them to give you your money back. But they don't have those kinds of issues. So I just want people to be aware of those things, that the risks are not just, you might lose some of things. You get into the leverage things, there's a good chance that something happens, you could lose everything.
Oh yeah.
Literally everything that you have leveraged at that point.
Yep. Plus because the thing you gotta be careful about with Bitcoin. Let's just stick with Bitcoin. There are large fluctuations. Like it will go up in a day, $3,000-$4,000, and then back. It will go down like weird for just like a second. It'll go down 5,000 and then maybe pop back up. And when it goes down for that second, you could be liquidated. And so you're being liquidated at the worst price ever.
Right.
And so, it'll take a huge chunk of the asset that you put up for that liquidation, because you're selling at the worst possible time. You're basically, you're selling at the lowest point ever, which is not good.
Yeah. And it's automated.
Yeah, and it's automated. Yeah,
it's automated, so you have no control about it.
I'll tell you one thing with Nexo.io, which is what you could do this. You could loan against take a loan against your Bitcoin, and then you could put it right back in and buy more Bitcoin with it, which is basically leveraging. Mm-hmm. One great thing and they know this happens. They know this. It's not a glitch. These peaks and valleys happen quickly, and then the bots do what they program to do, and they sell because they got to keep their loan to value basically right where it's supposed to be. And then you're sitting there like, crap, I just lost almost a full Bitcoin, and that's all I had. I put a half in there and I leveraged that to a full. Now I have 0.1 Bitcoins left. The great thing about Nexo is when it settles down, with most times you can go to them and they will help you recover that. Which means when it's stair stepping back up, you can start. Right. They'll let you leverage again and get back what you put in there. And so it's not like I don't want tons of regulations. I don't vote for tons of regulation in the crypto world. If companies would do like what Nexo does, is provide great service to their customers, and when stuff like this happens, they know that this happens, and give them the ability to kind of recover from it. Then that's good. That's good, and that will keep the industry strong, and will keep it from being highly regulated where nobody can do anything. So just look out for the good companies.
Yeah, absolutely. So what kind of leverage do you typically get over there with Nexo? Is it you're getting kind of a 1-to-1 or kind of a?
Well, it depends on the cryptocurrency. They'll let you do a loan to value. So with Bitcoins, I think is 50%. Stable coins are up to 80%. Altcoins are sometimes 30%. And so you put one Bitcoin in there, and it's at, let's say you could borrow $15,000 and you could buy a half of another Bitcoin. And then long as it's climbing up, it works great. As the price is going up, you can be buying more, and then it gets to a point you say, hey, I've doubled my my value here. I can sell half of it and get rid of that loan. And then you got to be real conservative if you don't want to lose it. And then once you start stepping down, it's probably smart. And I've actually helped other people do this to sell, pay off that loan, because when it's going into a time like this where it was up at 60 and it's about half that now, and most people when it goes about half, that's over 50% loan to value. Right. They're going to be liquidated. So as it starts stepping down, it's better to sell it high, pay the loan off. You're like, oh, with that, I had to use 0.4 Bitcoin. Yeah, but if you would have waited, you would have used 0.8 Bitcoin. So, so be smart about it.
Right.
And don't over leverage. I always suggest if the loan to value is 50%, don't go over 25%, and that will handle most times like this. And if you see that, I'm getting scared, maybe it's not going to handle it, then pay that. Sell a little bit, pay that loan down, and then wait till the market starts turning around, because it will.
There you go. Hey guys, we're gonna have to cut a little short today. I got a meeting I got to jump into here in about 10 minets. Got to get myself ready. So
all right.
We will be back bright and early tomorrow morning with a lot of other cool stuff for you.
Yeah. Take care.
It's getting fun.